Guys, a ton of NDAs are being unlocked right now. Why wouldn't you be thrilled? Yes, perhaps because the price isn't changing, but it will undoubtedly do so shortly. Hi everyone, I hope you are all enjoying your XRP to $2.23, but chaos is on the horizon. Guys, feel it. Something seems to be building. Many people are now wondering why, given the abundance of bullish sentiment, XRP's price isn't rising. Wonderful news is circulating, and I've never noticed it before. In today's video, I'll reveal the truth about what's actually happening. First things first, are there any enjoyable aspects of XRP for the XRP community? No, this is really fascinating. Everyone, this is how the XRP community is responding today. Guys, are you pleasantly surprised or pleasantly shocked? With news, not with price, a war is currently underway. There is a bullet because both internal and external news, such as a macro event directly related to the world and the economy, explode, causing XRPN news to emerge. A struggle is taking place between a bullish. Who's going to win? Bearish. First, let's look into something that seems strange to me. The fact that Donald Trump tweets out the Trump card strikes me as strange. I had already witnessed this card play specifically from the bear himself in another location. All right, so it's wonderful to have a secret weapon, isn't it? This was, the finance system is what they are wagering on. It appears as though Brad Garlinghouse has a secret card up his sleeve here. It's hidden away, yet it looks like it will be played soon, doesn't it? The definition of a trump card is a crucial tool for gaining advantage when the time is right. Correct. That being said, this is his trump card. This is the official website of the government of the nation. There will be a trump card soon. Enter your details here to receive alerts when access becomes available. Whoa, that's insane. Guys, don't you think Donald Trump is a true entrepreneur? At the end of the day, he is a businessman. Wilder, he doesn't make any jokes about his wealth. Nice job, trump card. Guys, this is just a trump card, but don't you recall that the bear stated it first? Isn't that when we type with a big announcement? Not your typical Trump administration announcement. When we combine it with Dramatri's major news, the result is a spike in XRP. Yes, and that was her major announcement. Thus, isn't it time? The time has come. To be honest, I even said during the XRPL Apex event that they ought to release some news, don't you think? Which ought to raise the price of XRP. Is it time though? Is Big Short's actual question. The time has come. You know, if we sum everything together, it might equal 6.15 on January 21st. All right. Oh, and it's a Thursday today too. All right. So there was a lot of news concerning ECT guys today, like this one over here. Now active on the XRP ledger is USCC. Users and developers benefit from the introduction of native USCC on XRP, the backing of the biggest regulated stablecoin in the world. That is insane, isn't it? As a result, Basic Circle has formally started producing USDC on the XRP ledger, extending its stable coins to encompass Ripple's blockchain and increasing its usefulness for decentralized finance. So guys, this is literally blowing up. That is really insane. This is released today. They ought to have kept it. I have no idea why. I'm not sure why this is being released at a time when the markets are erratic. They ought to have preserved it for when the explosion occurs in the upcoming months. Why they preempt it, this is beyond me. Therefore, by utilizing the additional PLs, compliance and settlement capabilities is improving its usefulness for decentralized finance and international payments. On the XRP ledger, around $2 million, 0 cents worth of UCC has been minted initially, as part of Circle's larger plan to enable USCC across 22 blockchains. This indicates early adoption and lays the groundwork for possible development in usage for enterprise payments, DeFi liquidity, and financial infrastructure applications. The XRP ledger became the 22nd blockchain network on which USCC is natively issued, which makes it strange. How come it's so late? However, the fact that a change is taking place as we talk in front of our faces is what makes it so lovely, correct? Even if the XRP ledger is booming right now, individuals are still pessimistic, correct, guys? This is for the long haul. When discussing utility, short-term price action is completely irrelevant because utility will fulfill its function in the future financial system. We know this, but others don't, correct? We discussed Mr. Poole's Circle and Elon Musk's timeline for finishing it. Yes, in addition to being issued on the XRP ledger, Circle or UCC is also widely adopted. That's exactly what they're saying, folks. The XRP ledger will link everything together. We received Arvo UFC from Ripple, UCC, Circle, America, Singapore, XSGD, Europe, EU, ROP, and then Brazil USDB on the XRP ledger, which is now live. Guys, what's happening here that ties everything together? The XRP ledger will be used to run everything. I mean, they assured us that the circle would be finished. What's weird now is, according to Scott Besson, stable currencies may reach $2 trillion the day after USDC is introduced on the XRP ledger. The government itself is stating that these stable coins will be inundated with money. All right, so USDC is on the XRP ledger gauze today or tomorrow, alive. And well, it appears that a significant amount of the new financial system will go to XRP. Correct. Then we received even more shocking information. I have no idea how or why this is all coming to light at this time. However, keep an eye on T, since Trident plans to raise up to $500 million, 0 cents, for the corporate XRP treasury. What's happening? What? $500 million? Are you serious? After then, the other two businesses also introduced their own treasury rate for hundreds of millions of dollars, which they called XRP. When we discuss Trident, all that money will be coming in. Okay, folks, Trident, straight from Mr. Poole. Interestingly, Poseidon is also right here from the bear, isn't he? In addition to a Triskelion. However, in order to create a significant corporate appointed XRP treasury appointing body, Trident Digital Tech Holdings has announced plans to raise up to $500 million. 0 cents. All right, so this project entails purchasing additional P tokens for long-term strategic reserves. As you can see, you are getting more P tokens. They should have saved it for the bottom prices and then the pump moment, but I suppose they're trying to let people know that they shouldn't miss this boat or this rocket ship. It's going to be bought off the market and all this money will be flooding in. I'm not sure why this news is coming out now when the markets are kind of more bearish. Like, that's right. I'm telling you outright, don't give up hope. It's putting in place staking mechanisms to generate revenue and participate in the Ripple ecosystem, correct? People are increasingly requesting Vincent Van Code. Given all of the positive news, I genuinely don't understand why there isn't any price movement for XRP. The XRP ledger is currently exploding and the marketing is for Ripple. People, the macro situation at hand is precisely the reason why XRP is dumping. All right, why isn't XRP pumping and why hasn't it begun to roar as a result of all these news? Go to this one straightforward chart. It's Bitcoin versus XRP. According to headlines, Bitcoin is genuinely on the verge of dying, which is why it is also dumping. But guys, you do realize that we warned about this in the last video, that the outlook is becoming more pessimistic. It seems to me that these guys are consolidating. It's going to, it seems to me. All right, this chart is about to crash, guys, and it's against Bitcoin. As a result, it will be very vulnerable to Bitcoin. This means that if Bitcoin is already weak, it will be even weaker than Bitcoin, guys. All right, XRP. I'm not sure why, but there seems to be a lot of positive news these days. It was because, in a strange move, all of this is suddenly coming out. Yes, I believe I understand why, as they have a tradition of giving more P when they deliver good news to dumps. It has been going on for years, and it also has a connection to this. After that, we see Mr. Poole. And then there is a sudden pause, and then you all understand what I mean when I say that there are extra P moves. Guys, don't do it slowly. It will occur unexpectedly. I don't get why people are afraid, but this is coming from Ripple X. Therefore, it will happen. What happens when you guys suddenly realize what's happening? Extra P doesn't go like this. No, it will proceed as follows, gentlemen. When the time comes, I'll say again, that's exactly how it will go. No, not even in that manner. Like this, most likely. Such like this. However, as you can see, even Mr. Poole informed us that it occurs in straight lines. Nothing ever occurred gradually. I believe that $33.00 will be the top for XRP, or at the very least, a big point. All right, to finish the ceremony. Now, one thing is for sure, guys. The XRP ETF trend is coming. My belief is that they will reject the June 17th date for a Franklin Templeton spot XRP ETF and postpone it until possibly the end of July or early August. This is what I believe will happen at that point, which is